Hey everybody, this is Locks with Myoelectric, and today we're doing a best of 2013. I'm going through and kind of picking out my favorite videos that I created from 2013. They're not listed in any particular order. I will say that I have a tendency to prefer videos that I've recently released, and maybe that's just because they're fresh in my mind. I don't know. I went through earlier in the week and kind of narrowed the list down. But this year, starting off, we got Titanfall. That video that I created on that, I was basically kind of sharing some experiences about Infinity Ward and that whole situation. And it actually felt really good to get that off my chest, and it was really great to see the response from you guys, because I saw that a lot of people still felt the same way, that I wasn't totally out of line for still kind of having a little bit of a grudge, but also, you know, kind of looking to the future. You know, maybe this particular company is going to do some cool things, you know. So I was also surprised that got a pretty good response in terms of views. I know 10,000 isn't exactly, you know, like a huge number compared to what we used to pull, but in terms of recent videos, that one actually did really well. So that was in the number 10 spot. For number 9, this year I dabbled in Airsoft a little bit, and there was a Lox's GAT first firing in mod plans, and unfortunately I haven't gotten through to actually get that thing modded. I need to find a good tutorial online so I don't end up breaking the gun. But if it, you know, worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna like throw some freaking paint, aircraft paint thinner on it and get it stripped down. Even if it breaks it, at least, you know, it'll look cool. But I actually had the opportunity to shoot a real Colt 45 I think that might have been over a Thanksgiving break, somewhere in there, and holy crap, I mean, if you think I was a pansy in this video, you should have seen me firing, and I couldn't hit nothing. It was like my left to right aim was good, but like up and down, I don't know if I wasn't looking down the sights right. I know it sounds goofy, but I was shooting like a good 8 to 10 inches lower than where I wanted to be aiming, and I didn't have any ear protection in. I guess I was kind of doing it thinking, oh, in a situation with self-defense, you're not going to be able to put an earplug. So I kind of wanted to get the full experience. But man, that was hardcore, and really this Airsoft is nothing like the real thing. But it gives you an idea at least of how it functions. But so anyway, that was a fun video. Me and Amanda were just goofing off in it, and I would recommend watching that if you haven't watched that one already. Number 8 is a zombies video, and I don't think that we've done a whole lot of zombies later in the year. This year is, I think, the first time we started playing with Ben and a lot of the Play the Game crew. You know, those first videos that we did with them, I thought were so freaking funny. I mean, Ben, just like, you know, his ridiculous British fucking sarcasm, and their whole crew is pretty damn funny. But this particular video, I remember spending a decent amount of time kind of emphasizing the ridiculousness with some pretty goofy editing techniques, and that one's worth a watch. For number 7, I feel like I kind of lean towards having a playlist that's a little bit diverse here, so it's not all just like, you know, zombies or Battlefield or something, and that's kind of where War Thunder comes into it. War Thunder is actually a really fun game, and sometimes I feel like I get so involved in making videos that I can't just sit down and enjoy a game like I want to, but I feel like I would spend a lot of time in War Thunder because there's a lot to it, and I understand that recently it's changed a whole lot. I work with a guy who has said that they've kind of adjusted the leveling up or the classes or something recently, and of course they have the armored tanks now, and I think in this video when we were playing the tanks and stuff, the ground units weren't people controlled, so the game has actually evolved quite a bit since we played this video. But this video I really like just because you know, I'm a big fan of World War II. Airplanes and flying is a totally different genre that I, you know, really don't dabble in a whole lot, and you know, music and presentation and that sort of thing, like when I'm creating a video, I think has a pretty big impact, and this game had a really great soundtrack, so it was just really fun making that video. So I'd recommend checking it out. It's a little bit different. For number 6, Tribal Towers. This is pretty cool because it was an exclusive that we got this year. I made a connection with Ruffian Games back when we were doing the Crackdown 2 trailer videos. Me and Duvall were working with them, and so Duvall got me connected with the guys at Ruffian, and I've kind of maintained a relationship with them. And one of the games that they've been in development making is Tribal Towers. It's kind of a arcade-based game. So it was really fun, and I haven't really checked to see where that's at recently, but this video is entertaining to me just because of the rage that I incite from Amanda. She any versus game, or if you guys watch the Mario Brothers videos, and I really wanted to put a Mario one in this list. I'm sorry there isn't one in here, but you see where that rage comes from, and if anyone gets entertainment from that, Amanda's rage, it's me and maybe second Goose, but that's worth watching. Driver San Francisco, I feel like I had to get a driver video on there because driver really gets to my roots on YouTube. That's how I got my start on YouTube, was making driver videos. I really made them for my own entertainment and my brother's entertainment. We both loved Driver 3, and I mean, with all of its bugs and ridiculousness, you know, it was just a fun, stupid game, and that's all you could really expect from it. But it had the video director in it, which, you know, it was something that was kind of particular to the Driver series. It seemed like a perfect fit for YouTube, so that's how I got my start in it. And I felt like doing this video was kind of getting back to my roots, and it was fun to do and edit together, and I hope to do more of those in the future. So that's worth a watch. Number 4, I'm actually wanting to explain a little bit better in the future. It's the Sniper Elite Erotic Confessions. And this video I started like over a year ago. I had edited together the audio segments, and basically all I did was go through all of the cinematics in the game, take out little snippets of audio that I wanted and shift them around and rearrange them so everything's totally out of context. I didn't realize it at the time, but there's a YouTuber called Gamer, I think his name's Gamer Poop, or maybe that's totally wrong, I don't know, but he does most of his videos are of that style, and I didn't realize this. People were like, oh, it's a copy of that. And his videos are funny. I went out and looked at some of them. Something that I noticed, though, is that, to give myself a little bit of credit here, he takes a lot of the games, like Mass Effect, and other games that have a lot of dialogue. I mean, just tons of different dialogue to work with, so it gives you more opportunities to kind of rearrange and shift stuff around. Let me say that Sniper Elite has very limited cinematics. There's not a whole lot that you can do with the rearrangements of words, so I was really struggling for a long time to get him to say what the hell I wanted to. But one of my friends at work encouraged me to do kind of a behind the scenes of Sniper Elite, so you guys could really see like what went into it, and I thought that was a good idea. So I've held on to the source files for that, and you know, sometime in this next year I want to do just kind of a behind the scenes, if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, so you can see what all went into that video. And it's ridiculous because it's a stupid ass video, but it's like, out of all the ones that I put together this year, it was one of the most complex, and I really kind of like doing that sort of video because it feels like it's almost kind of like training me on a particular procedure or techniques or whatever, so it kind of helps me hone in, you know, on a particular craft or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's worth watching. It's ridiculous. In slot 3 here, I remember editing this one for a while. It was kind of the same kind of editing grinding for me. It wasn't like, you know, commentary heavy or anything like that. It's just basically a montage, and that's PC Zombies HD. I wanted to do a mod for zombies, and actually I may talk about that more in the future, but I think what I really wanted to do with zombies was start pulling in some Wolfenstein maps into it. But when I sat down to kind of just start kind of playing with different ideas, all I was doing was messing with some of the CVARs within the game and scripted them into binds and different commands, because I'm really familiar with that from Wolfenstein. It's a similar engine with Quake 3. And this video was the result, basically, you know, changing gravity on the fly, changing the gun HUD position, toggling stuff like the laser, the stuff that you don't normally have access to. So that was basically it. It was kind of like Matrix meets the zombies, and it was fun to put together. I had a pretty cool song from the game soundtrack, and I wanted to continue to do the PC Zombies HD stuff, but I just get pulled in a lot of different directions when I'm making videos, and anyway, that's how I roll, I guess. Okay, number 2 is Payday 2, the Shotgun Opera. I think this is one of the first, or it was with at least the first 3 or 4 videos that I did on Payday 2. I think that's when I started recording stuff in a higher frame rate so I could slow it down. And whenever I'm sorting through videos, I'll sometimes, since I sort with a mouse scroll wheel, I'll see stuff in slow-mo, and I really was just entertained myself of how Payday 2 appeared in slow-mo with like these headshots and stuff. It was entertaining for me. And then once I pitched the voices down and was listening to a little bit of our banter, I mean, I was in tears. There's a segment in the video where I end up getting downed, and there's these guys that are coming, like, rappelling down. And I was at work when I was editing that segment, and I was like, I couldn't look at it. I had to like get up and walk away from the computer because I was I was laughing so damn hard. So that was a fun video. I think by the time I was done with it, I had seen it so many times, in the editing process, I didn't want to look at it again. But that was a more recent video, and yeah, it did really good on views too. And I still really like Payday, and there's so many of these games I wish I could get back to and continue playing. But okay, so drum roll. The number 1 video that I selected for this year was Battlefield 4 Epic Christmas. Now, of course, I just did that like last week, so it's in the forefront of my mind or what have you. This video, I had obtained a lot of different clips, just hours and hours of gameplay and sorting it, and it felt about the time was right to do a pretty epic montage because I felt like I had enough source material. And I came across this track. I collaborate with shockwavesound.com. It used to be that I would buy tracks from them, but now they very generously for mine promoting their content on the channel, they will provide me tracks. I don't ask for like tons of albums, but I find a track that I like, and this this song is just awesome. It's kind of like, it sounds like a Hans Zimmer production, but to a Christmas theme. So everything really started to come together on this, and I was so happy with the way this turned out, and I did put in a ton of time editing it, and I actually found myself holding myself back where I didn't want to get too technical with the editing. I just wanted to keep the cuts kind of hard cuts and just find the scenes that like would maybe make you feel something. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. I did another Battlefield montage, and it was just from the beta, but I was really proud of that one too. And there was a particular part I remember where like a building's falling, and Amanda was telling me like, "Oh God, I got goosebumps" or whatever during that part. Or she said like at one point she felt like she was gonna cry. I'm like, that's awesome. It's like I love being able to create something to make somebody feel, and I don't. It's kind of weird to like be talking about video games in that context, but when I'm watching and I'm really into editing a video, that's I want those moments to come across. I think probably the standout moment for me in this particular video is kind of late in the song, and it's like a pan out shot, I think, on the railway map of a half track, and I think there's just something going on with the music, and maybe that everything's kind of wrapping up. That one makes me feel something. But that video is definitely worth watching, and all these videos I think would be worthy of a favorite, at least. For me, I favorited all these. And yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps up this year's top 10. Now you guys might have a totally different list. I guess one of the few good things that's still left with YouTube is that you can go through and you can search a channel, from their very first videos to where they're at now. And so if you wanted to go through and check out this year's videos, then you can do that, and let me know which ones that you like best. I will say that you will benefit from no advertising while you go through and look at these videos. I have disabled advertising on the channel. I'm going to do another follow-up video to kind of explain that a little bit and the direction that I'm wanting to take the channel. And I think your feedback is going to have a lot to do with where we go, basically. So thanks for joining me on this little babble fest about some of my favorite videos, and maybe that's insightful or interesting. But you know, share your thoughts and share what videos that you like or you miss. You know, if something's gone. And yeah, have a happy new year, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. See ya.